President Mnangagwa has directed government to enforce domestic remedies, including a reduction of duty on petroleum products, to control the price of fuel, which went up last week on account of geopolitical factors caused by the Russia-Ukraine conflict. The fresh interventions have already seen the government forestalling another price hike. There has been a sharp increase in local fuel prices in the last fortnight after the international price for a barrel of oil increased to an average of US $130 from about US $95 since the conflict began. In an opinion article in our sister paper, the Sunday Mail, President Mnangagwa called for calm, saying government has taken measures to shield the economy from global disruptions. We are looking at the whole duty framework to cushion our economy from shocks and pressures from galloping fuel prices. There is no need for panic. I have already directed the Ministry of Energy and Power Development to review and reduce duty and surcharges on fuel, so the pump prices of petrol and diesel remain manageable. The president said cabinet will soon deliberate on sustained implementation of the measures. We need stability in the fuel market, so we minimize imported inflation for price stability in the economy. Cabinet will be seized with this issue in days and weeks ahead. As of March last year, Zimbabwe's total taxes and levies on diesel and petrol amounted to about US $0.30 per liter. In an engagement with players in the insurance sector on Wednesday last week, Finance and Economic Development Minister Professor Mthuli said the government was already in the process of reducing fuel taxes. Energy and Power Development Deputy Minister Magna Mnangagwa yesterday told our Harare bureau that her ministry has heeded the president's call. It's true that our fuel prices are among the highest, especially in the region due to some domestic taxes and duty. The reduction of these duty, tax and surcharges will definitely see our fuel prices significantly going down. We will be reviewing the situation and provide further information in due course. The price of fuel in the country was set to be reviewed upwards again yesterday for the third time within a few days. The Zimbabwe Energy Regulatory Authority, ZERA, last week announced a fuel price hike which resulted in a liter of petrol going for US $1.68 from US $1.51, which was the second increase inside a week. Diesel is going for US $1.67, up from US $1.51. However, some service stations in Bulawayo are selling petrol for as high as $1.75 per liter. ZERA announced that the price adjustments were due to, among other factors, a global increase in fuel prices as a result of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. In a statement, the regulatory authority, however, said after consultations with government and industry it was agreed to maintain the current prices while monitoring market developments. The fuel prices continued to increase during the past week. Pump prices were supposed to increase, but after consultations with the government and industry it was agreed to maintain the current prices while monitoring market developments, said regulator said. ZERA Chief Executive Officer Mr. Eddington Mazambani is on record stating that despite foreign currency challenges, there were measures that the government has put in place for some service stations to sell fuel in local currency. The government has put in place measures to ensure that those who sell local currency fuel are allocated the fuel. These will be monitored through the National Fuel Management System, which all service stations under this scheme should have installed, Mr. Mazambani said last week.
places to be.
I'm the street, I'm the street.